Hello, welcome to the Malkier Talks Wheel of Time trailer reaction video. This is going to be spoiler free because that guy over there on the other side of this fireplace has read up to chapter 23 now? Four?
Chapter I'm in the middle of 24.
In the middle of 24. So, folks, this is spoiler free up to chapter 24 because after that, Nul will be speculating only. And by the way, hi, Nul. Welcome. This is your first time on screen.
Yeah, it's a face reveal, I think.
It's a face reveal. That's how I'm going to sell it to people that know who you are and be like, by the way, do you want to see what Nul looks like? He's far more dashing than I am. So, yeah, welcome to your face reveal, Nul. This will go viral just because of the face reveal, I think. So, yeah.
Who'd have thought a long-haired, big-bearded, grungy guy?
I think everyone thought that. You sound like a big-bearded, grungy guy. So... Folks, if you don't know who Nul is, go check out the podcast we record his first time reader reviews. But yeah, today we're talking trailer. So you have seen this, but you don't really remember it, do you, Nul?
Yeah, in a sleep deprived haze, I watched it. I think it was the day that it came out.
So on the Thursday.
You messaged me. When it was going. A
little bit of excitement.
Yeah. So you messaged me. I was at work that night. I think I watched it on the way back, but I'd not slept a lot for quite a long time. So it sort of is a blurred memory. So who knows what I'll remember? I literally don't remember anything other than something that might not actually even be part of it.
You said a piece to me. It was like, I remember this scene with Moraine doing that. And I'm like, she does that in the trailer? I mean, I've watched it like 50 times or something. But does she do that bit? Maybe because you said in the city, I'm like, maybe you mean something different by city. And I was like, yeah, we'll figure it out. So
it could be, who knows?
Who knows? It could be hilarious. So
be strong.
That wasn't very nice.
The wheel of time turns. And ages come and pass, leaving memories that become legend. The power inside you. All over the world there are different names for it. But it's one thing. One power, and women who can touch it. We protect the world.
No matter what happens, what pain we face, what heartbreak, the wheel keeps turning. The Dark One is coming for your friends.
The last battle is coming. The only thing that matters is what you do.
Whatever happens now, there's no turning back.
Wow.
That's a good first reaction. I like that.
Oh man, there was a lot in there. So first of all, I saw a horse and Moraine at two separate times.
I mean, she's on a horse a few times, but in a city was the bit where I was like, I don't think she's on a horse in a city.
Yeah, I think it's because it showed it. Yeah. Anyway, moving on.
Yeah, what jumped out at you first there?
A lot of things. Oh man, I'm trying to remember back because there was a lot of little scenes where I'm like, oh wow, was that? And So you saw the dagger from
Shadow Ogre.
Shadow Logo.
Yeah.
We saw, I'm assuming that end bit was Edmund's Field.
Yes, we think that's Edmund Field. Yes, we're pretty certain that is. But we're pretty certain that the fighting scene with her and Lan, and there's the bit at the beginning just when they're talking about magic and like you see all that light sort of wisping down from the mountainsides. Or we're pretty certain that's just like a precursor to the moment at the end where there's like she brings down all the lightning and stuff. So
oh, okay, because I was wondering that because it cuts from. It looks like Moraine's being revived or healed. And then it cuts into that shot of the stuff coming down. So I didn't know whether that was linked with that as well. But yeah, potentially, as you say, it could be the beginnings of the storm.
Yeah.
See, I don't understand it, but I liked it. What's the thing with where the woman's coming out of the water with paint? Like,
so that's a new scene. We don't know that. We've speculated on what that might be. And I can't tell you some of the speculations without spoiling anything for you. But the couple of things that we consider it might be is something to do with the women's circle. So like a coming of age test, because they talk about braiding hair, don't they? Shows you're old enough to be a woman and stuff. Or perhaps some sort of test to do with becoming Nynaeve's apprentice, because that's obviously what she was initially. That's what she was when the story starts. So those are the kind of couple of theories. There's another one out there that I can't share with you. Everyone was just like, oh my God, that's amazing. There's actually people stood in the background of that as well. You just can't see unless you start changing contrast and things like that. So, but that one caught a lot of people. The Moraine one, we're not sure what she's been stabbed with there. She looks like she's been stabbed with something.
There's not been any clear shots of the Trollocs yet, has there? There was a few there where you kind of get side glances, you see a horn or.
Yeah, I'm going to, let me try and track down some of the stills and send them to you because I'm like, you're going to enjoy some of these. So let's go through it. At the beginning, this bit here, we've got the whole like, oh, that's nice. Throwing a person off a cliff moment. This is Nynaeve and Egwene. And this is literally Nynaeve pushing Egwene off a cliff.
Okay.
Madeline Madden genuinely got pushed off this cliff. It's 12 meters high. So
just trying to zoom in for the facial expression. Yeah, it looks real.
Yeah, it's a real drop. It's like, oh, okay. So yeah, bless that. That's really fun. What do you think of like the outfits and stuff? Like this is, I thought this looked so cool, the way they look.
Yeah, it's very like oldie worldy is the wrong word because it's not. It is like, I guess, more medieval sort of looking clothes, isn't it?
Yeah, it is a little bit.
Like with a little bit more flair, like a little bit more style. I'm really trying to zoom in on this and like feel myself going like that.
It's okay. It's fine. I'm going to find the best one of the Trolloc that we say. I've got all these stills. It's ridiculous.
So I'm assuming again that is Edmund's Field, and that is.
Yeah, that's kind of just like Edmund's Field type. That's the sort of the common. Now I know we haven't crossed it in the books, so obviously you've heard about it. So this last picture I'm sending you now, that is Tar Valon.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and that's the White Tower. So
that is not how I pictured a White Tower.
No, it's there's a different angle. It shows it. It's fucking massive. But I just no, we haven't got to Tar Valon, but I thought you might be interested to be like, that's Tar Valon.
That is massive.
Yeah, it's a big ass building. Some of these other things I can't like dive into because we're like, oh, it's going to be spoilery if we discuss that. Now, the visions of channeling. I'm curious what you think about this. So here's one of the fight scenes of channeling. So this is one of the Aes Sedai channeling to stop a bunch of arrows.
Oh yeah, that was a weird scene.
Yeah. What do you think about that? Like in terms of channeling, any ideas?
That is pretty much how I would imagine it, I think.
Okay, cool.
Now, I can't really remember in the scene. Does she pull her hands apart?
Yeah, she kind of pulls her hands apart and then sort of like puts them up
How
to the
I
sky.
imagine it.
Yeah.
Like you're pulling the magic, the sort of element out of the air.
Yeah.
Casting it. Yeah, that's wild how I see it.
This is going to be the best picture of the Trollocs we can get. It's pretty, it's fairly detailed. You can see a range of Trolloc sort of looks there. Let me get some of the ones from near the end. And I'm curious what you think about the Murderel.
Oh, man. Yeah.
How scary did you kind of expect it to be?
I don't think I expected it to be like that at all. Obviously knew it was eyeless, sort of pale grey skin. That is proper something out of a horror film.
Oh yeah, isn't it?
Like
I loved it.
Its mouth. It's got rows and rows of teeth, if you can call them teeth.
Yeah, that's there's something else going on there. There is a scene further, slightly further back, where you can actually see it on horseback, and it does look almost human. So, but yeah.
Side note: Trollocs in these pictures, right, in these stills from the trailer, they don't look as tall as I expected.
Okay. I mean, the one stood next to the land. How tall did you expect them to be? I'm curious, just being nosy now.
Well, I guess like 8 foot or something. I expected big, bulky, sort of towering things. Like, and looking at that, I mean, it's not a great representation. It's hard to tell. The one where there's 3 of them in front of, is that Lan?
Yes.
They almost look on level. And
yeah,
I kind of expected, I don't know why, but I just assumed that they were sort of hulking, much taller things.
Well, Lan is like 6'6" himself.
Okay.
Or he's somewhere in that sort of price range.
Okay, and maybe that's why, because I've created that image based on Rand's interaction with them early on.
Yeah, I mean,
And
yeah,
I'm
Rand's
assuming...
also fairly tall himself.
Oh, okay, never mind.
Yeah, Rand's meant to be almost. I think Rand's 6'6" and Lan's like 6'4". I think is how it works out. So, yeah, I really want to just be like asking you lots of bits of like, what do you think of this person or that person? I'm like, I've not met that character yet. This will make no sense because you have no idea who they are. So,
casting wise, I think it's interesting because I know we've spoken about this before.
Yeah,
about people's perceptions, and there's been a lot of a lot of issues with people saying, oh, they're not right for that character, or they've been cast wrong.
Yeah,
I don't think I've had any of that with like Rand and Moraine and stuff. I guess I'm waiting to see how they play the person.
Yeah, I'm the same.
I think that's the important bit. Are they portraying that character?
Yeah, I'll send you a picture from the magazine article that was dropped a while ago. And what we do, you've got Moraine and Lan, and then all the Emmonsfielders in like what I call the superhero walk scene, slow-mo entrance moment. You can kind of see them all. I think they've nailed it. I really like the outfits. I like how they look. All right, some of the heights don't add up to the description of the book, but at the end of the day, I don't give a shit about height. Hugh Jackman, as I keep saying, is the wrong height for Wolverine, but I don't think anyone could have made Wolverine any better than Hugh Jackman did. So, height doesn't matter in my book. Acting ability is the important one. But yeah, that's all of them in their kind of, this is their, probably the bulk of season 1 outfit type look, for most of the journey part of season 1. There's different outfits at the beginning that we see them in. Obviously in Emmonsfield and stuff when they're having a drink at the inn. But yeah, this is, it's definitely a journey pass, or it could just be an action shot. Like, hey, all line up and we'll take a picture of you together type thing. So,
So zoom in. Does Matt look like he's holding on to something he shouldn't be?
There's Matt being a steely bugger. Potentially, who knows? Do you know what? On the live stream, when the Dusty Will live stream, we did actually sit there and be like, huh, what do you reckon's going on here? Like they were examining everybody, like zooming in to get as much detail as possible. It was hilarious. And we did, that was one of the things, does Matt have something, like what's going on? So, but yeah. So what do you think of that? Like, we got a release date as well, 19th of November.
Oh.
Yeah, we found out that they will be dropping 3 episodes on the 19th. And then the remaining 5 episodes will drop each Friday following on for that, with the final episode of the season dropping on Christmas Eve.
Wow.
So you think you can finish the book by November 19th?
There is no chance. So I suppose the good news is that I assume most Fridays I will be working, so I won't see it when it comes out. And obviously Saturdays I'll be working, so I won't see it the day after. So there is plenty of time for you to watch it and say you can't watch it from here on in.
Well, Rafe did a Q&A with Rosamund afterwards, asking about various things. This is also, by the way, a teaser trailer. There's a full trailer coming soon.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so they gave us 2 minutes for a teaser trailer. I'm like, what are you giving us? Like 5 for, a full trailer? Like, they're spoiling us.
A 40-minute episode is the full trailer.
Well, the episodes are almost an hour, but yeah. Anyway, so in the Q&A where I was going with that original point before I said about the full trailer, there are things from books 2 and 3 sprinkled into season 1, but there are things that happen in book 1 that aren't in season 1, but will probably be in season 2. For example, they've sort of not messed with the timelines, but just sort of move things around that make more sense to to make the story flow better on TV. So there's things from book 2 and 3 that were sprinkled into the season, and there are things that might be in season 2 that come from book 1, for example. So even if that's just sort of a little dialogue scene or an introduction of a character in book 1, that they'd be like, we'll bring them in season 2 instead. There's a classic example, and when we get to that part of the book on the podcast recording, I would be like, by the way, this is one of the characters we expect to not see until season 2. And then I can show you the casting or the suspected casting for that person, who might be confirmed by that point. You never know. But yeah, so I will have to watch them before you watch them. And then we might be like, all right, it's been out for 6 months, but we can finally watch episode 7 together,
I think I was thinking about this, whether it'll be true to the book, and it doesn't matter, does it? Because if they made it word for word and scene for scene as the book, A, it would be years long.
Yes.
And B, it's not offering anything new.
That's true. Yeah.
So it's got to be slightly different, and they're going to adapt things, what they will have done, to fit a screen rather than a book.
Yeah. Yeah, there are things like internal monologue. You can't just have every character doing an internal monologue throughout the entire 8 seasons or whatever they end up going for. Like that wouldn't work. Monologuing works sometimes. Internal monologuing works sometimes. I watched Cruella de Vil the other day. It's available to watch for free on Disney now. So I was like, fuck it, I'll watch that. And Emma Stone does a lot of internal monologuing throughout the movie, but the movie is told from I'm going to tell you a story perspective.
Yeah.
It begins with, Emma Stone playing Cruella and saying, let me tell you the story of how I died. And then she tells a story. So she's often interjecting, monologue style, but that's not going to work in a show like this, because you can't have, just going with the initial 7 internally monologuing the entire time. Like, yeah, it's just not going to work. So yeah. So having only just watched 24 episodes, does this make you 24 chapters? Does this make you excited to watch the TV show?
Yeah, I think so. I think I want to see, as I said, I want to see how they portray the characters. I kind of want that to shape how it plays in my head when I'm reading the book.
Okay.
Because we've talked before about the creation of an image of who the people are in your head. And I said that there was some that I didn't really have a good picture of,
Hmm.
and others that I do.
Cool.
But I want to meld those, fill in the blanks.
Yeah.
So, because when I read, I see the story.
Yeah.
It plays
Yeah.
out in my head, and
I do the
I'd
same
like
thing.
that to be shaped off the sort of the visuals we're given. Be nice to mix them.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, when I reread Harry Potter, for example, I definitely see aspects of the movies as I'm reading it, but then there's certain things where I'm like, I visualize this instead of what the movie did, and I, see that in my head as opposed to what the movie put together. So, a nice mixing for the books. I think that would be fun for you because there'll be scenes that you go through that won't be in the TV show, so you'll have to create your own imagery there. So that'll be a fun. We can add that dynamic to our podcast recordings. So. Once you're able to watch all 8 episodes. So I'd say I did share this around to a few people. I've been waiting to share this to people that won't ever pick up the books or like, wait for the TV show. And I sent it out and I got some fun reactions. My mother was like, oh my God, this looks amazing. I genuinely can't wait to watch it. My sister was like, that looks really cool. Being very articulate, love that. And then I sent it to my friend group, most of who live in London, but some are in America and stuff. And a couple replied like, "Wow, that looks really interesting. Like, I'll have to watch this." My friend Connor decided to reply with, "Oh, well, looks like they might have actually that looks like they had a good, it was a pretty small budget for that. I was like, yeah, it wasn't very big." He's like, "Yeah, I could have made that for a $5." So yeah. Looks interesting, I suppose. He was being totally sarcastic. That's if Connor likes something, he makes an absolute sarcastic joke, like to the hell of it. So it's got pretty good reviews all around. I have played it to everyone at work, and they were like, "Oh, cool." And I sent it to a few friends directly, and they were like, "Holy shit!" So good. I'm glad you're excited. And yeah,
I think the design of it makes you want to watch it.
Yeah.
Now we've got to hope that the show lives up to that.
Indeed. What did you think of the music? I'm going to ask you that question lastly. So, did it feel dramatic or anything? Or
I don't remember the music.
You don't remember that you were too captivated by the visuals.
Yeah, that's weird as a music lover to not have noticed any music.
You can go back and watch it, listen to the music now, and you'll send me notes afterwards. And I'll have to be like, "This editing Rob, Nul said this."
Either that's a bad thing because it made no impact, or it's a really good thing because it made such an impact. I was so focused on what was happening.
I like option 2. Also, we're pretty certain it was made for the trailer, not for the TV show. The logo, the guy doing the music for the show, whose name eludes me right now, apologies. He did the music as like a little, he did a sample version, I suppose you might call it, that's in the logo reveal that we got a couple months ago now or something. So when they changed their Twitter accounts and had like the proper logos and stuff put up, and they shared a small video about it, the music that's sampled in that is from the show. It's part of his music he's written for the show, or composed for the show. So the actual music for the show, which is similar in some ways, it's not like the dramatic. I heard someone describe the music like, I'm kind of expecting it to go like like and have all the Avengers walk out through portals or something like that. It kind of like has that tone. And I was like, I listened back and I was like, yeah, I can hear that completely, and that I'm okay with that. But when you listen to the music in the little logo reveal, it's similar, but it's more. There's a subtlety to it.
Yeah.
Obviously, it's just it was not meant to be a dramatic. Here's a trailer piece. So you have to go back and listen and let me know what you think of the music, because I just think it rocked anyway. So cool. Well, thank you for joining us by this garden fireside. Noel's going to go back to his smoker now. He's got the smoker set up over there somewhere. He's going to do his. What are you smoking this week? You bought yourself a new smoker, and you were sending me pictures, and there was like 10 different things you were smoking at once. It looked like that's an exaggeration.
Yeah, I did beef short rib, 2 racks of ribs, a pork butt, which is not the butt of a pig, by the way. It's the name for the cut.
It totally is a pork butt. Yeah, I've seen the curly tail on the end. Hey, if you slow cook it, it's probably really nice, you know.
Yeah. Well, they eat pig's cheeks, don't they? So it's just another cheek.
It is. It's just, yeah, it's the 3rd and 4th cheek. So you're not going to be able to look at your pig butt again and think, oh, Rob.
I don't really look at my pig butt, to be honest with you. It's quite hard to bend round.
I love it. Love it. Well, thank you for joining us, folks, on this spoiler-free reaction to the Wheel of Time trailer. We'll do another one when the quote full trailer drops. If you want to hear more of Nul's musings, and hear more of me unable to use the English language, come check out the podcast, and you can listen to us ramble through and hear Nul's notes, which are always hilarious to have ever read through.
It's me that can't use the English language, I think you'll find.
No, you can't write the English language. I can't say the English language. We're a fun pair. So, you know. But thank you very much, everyone. And roll on November 19th, because I genuinely have booked it off on holiday. So I've booked off the Friday through to like the Monday, so I can just spend the entire weekend watching the TV show, and no doubt, watching 48 hours of probably non-stop live content that people will make from it or something. So it'll be fun. Yeah. So thank you, everyone, and go watch more. Check out the podcast. All the fun stuff. Bye.